Hello and welcome to the Paul Green Comedy PaulCast for November 2nd, 2024. This is episode 311. Stand-up comedian, actor, improviser, and dreamer Paul Green, sharing my journey as I pursue my dreams in hopes that it might help you on your journey to pursue yours. Well, today was quite a day. I had gotten up a little earlier than I usually do on a Saturday, and I was able to go to the gym and do my workout class and had a good time. And so one of the other, is it a student, patron? I don't know what to call it. There was a lady there at the workout who brought her little baby. The baby couldn't have been more than 5 or 6 months old, and just set her on her stomach in a mat and just kind of let her hang out there while we were all working out. And I kind of love babies. Yeah, what can I say? I've got a lot of nieces and nephews, and so in between my sets, I was able to go over and make little baby faces and lay down on the ground and get the baby to smile at me. And at one time the baby got fussy, so I went over there and picked her up and kind of showed her around the room because I think she just wanted to see people working out. She didn't like having her face buried in the mat. And it just made me think of how cool that is, that, here's a mom, she has a baby. It would be so easy and acceptable for her to just make the excuse of, well, I don't have time to go to the gym. I can't do it. I've got this baby. And instead, she goes, no, I'm just going to bring my baby. Going to set her down on the floor. She'll be in eyesight. It's a small gym. It's not like it's like an LA Fitness to where she's, going to be out of eyesight of the baby. It's a smaller gym. And, and everybody in the class was more than happy to, keep an eye on the baby, and the baby was just fine. And I just thought that was really cool, that she would just bring her baby and just trust that, the class is going to take care of her, give a little daycare for an hour. Nobody had any problems with that. And I think that is just something to think about when I think about pursuing my dreams and all that is necessary in pursuit of that, and just how easy it is to make excuses for not doing stuff. And believe me, I have made so many excuses for so many different, things that I know that I should be doing, whether that's writing or whether that's performing or exercising. And there's always an excuse. There is no shortage of excuses in this world why we theoretically can't do what it is we know we're supposed to do. And, full well that, having a baby is a pretty darn good, acceptable excuse for a lot of things. But this mom said, now I am going to stick with my workout routine and just take my baby with me, and everything's going to work out fine. And it did. And I thought that was really cool. Just kind of made me think, wow, what excuses have I made to, not go work out, or to not, write, or to not keep my goals. And I'll tell you, I don't have any excuses nearly as acceptable as having a baby. A baby's a pretty good trump card, pretty good excuse trump card. So anyway, that was pretty cool. And then after the gym, I had my rehearsal for my upcoming sketch comedy show, Patent Pending. And that has been really fun. The sketches are really starting to come together. We've been working on them for several months now, and the show's just getting closer and closer, and we're starting to see the sketch show come together, which is really exciting and really fun just to be part of something unique like that. And after the sketch comedy class, or not class, but the rehearsal, I then had a chance to get some writing, and man, I don't know what it is, but I have really just been writing out of sheer commitment to this goal to write every day, because I have been sitting down writing and every day, and I am just not feeling anything in terms of like actually writing material that I feel like I want to try to turn into my material. But again, this is something to where I could make that as an excuse and go, oh, well, you know, I'm not feeling inspired. Nothing's coming to me. I should just not write. I should just, you know, play on my phone or do anything else. And I am committed. I am committed to write at least 45 minutes every day. And whether I actually write something funny or not is actually not the objective. The objective is just to keep my pen moving on paper 45 minutes every day, and then just let whatever happens. And if, you know, I start to find some ideas, some new thoughts, some new bits to work out, so be it. If not, I am still going to write. And, you know, that's something that I have heard so many different ways from so many different, you know, artists and professionals out there, and even more specifically, professional comedians who are really successful, who just say, yeah, I just wrote every day regardless of whether it was funny or not. Just getting in the discipline of writing is necessary to be successful as a comedian. And I have heard that said by many, many different, you know, successful comedians. And so that's just the discipline that I am trying to really generate. That's always been a huge struggle of mine. So I'm committed. I'm committed to keep that 45 minutes of writing going every single day. So after that, I then had a show tonight at Rick Bronson's House of Comedy in North Phoenix. It was really cool to be involved with this show and just how it happened. I got booked on it because my friend Mary Upchurch, who's an incredibly funny stand-up comedian and who started comedy down here in Phoenix with me. She now lives up in Las Vegas, has really developed a strong set, and she's starting to get booked at clubs, and she is really funny, high energy, and has been very supportive of me, and we've been able to touch base over the last year. I talked to her a couple times when I was up in Vegas, and then when she was down here in Phoenix, she reached out to me. Initially, she reached out to me to do a show this last Thursday on Halloween, dressed up like Lord Voldemort, he who shall not be named. And then after that show, I found out she was actually headlining the whole weekend. So I just asked if I could come in and do a guest set. And she graciously agreed and got me a 7-minute set. And it was really fun. It's always fun doing a club, either that I've never done before or you know, a club that I don't do very often. And although this club is, you know, it's pretty close to where I live. I mean, it's, you know, it's in the Phoenix area. It's a little further than, you know, like JP's where I perform all the time. But I've only performed there really a couple times, and I've never actually performed on a show that was produced by the club. It's like I've only performed like independently produced shows there. And so this was the first time that I actually was able to perform on one of their regularly produced shows and just did a guest set. And yeah, I don't know. It's always a new experience when it's a new club. And that was really cool. My set went really well. I had a great time and was very much grateful for the opportunity to perform, to do comedy. What a blessing it is. So here I am, end of the day, had a great time today, out there just pursuing dreams as best as I can, and just trying to enjoy this process, hold to my goals, hold to the goals that I've set out to accomplish on a daily basis, and to just not make any excuses. Just like the mom with the baby. Nope, no excuses. I'm going to the gym today. I'm working out. I'm bringing my baby with me. And that's really the name of the game that I am currently playing. So with that, I have also been listening to the audiobook Magic Mind, which I want to love this book more. I am struggling because it's actually very technical, and I get lost in technical. So the guy who wrote it is literally a brain surgeon, right? And so he spends a lot of time starting to dive into like neuroscience. Hey, it's great. I love that he knows that, but when I'm just like listening to an audiobook, I get lost really fast when he starts going, and in the frontal cortex, which has a plasticity, there are the second frontal chorial membrane, therefore secretes in the adrenal gland and the moxitocin when it blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, just tell me how to have a good, fulfilling life. That's all I'm going for here. So today's chapter was harnessing the power to focus your mind. I don't think it was the word harnessing. Let me remind myself what this chapter was actually. Sorry, it was reclaim your power to focus your mind. Now, again, lots of technical jargon in here, which doesn't make any sense to me. He talks all about, fight or flight systems and, how when the body is in, fight or flight, when it, threatens danger, how all of the energy goes to these different systems. And in those systems, it's a lot harder to focus on anything other than the immediate threat. And again, he goes into all the technical, like, brain functions that are going on. Yeah, and again, it's a little over my head. I have a hard time, speaking of focus, I have a hard time focusing because I just can't keep track of all of these big words and what part of the brain is doing what. However, he does talk a lot about the importance of staying in states of relaxation, staying in states of focus and meditation, and when you are trying to accomplish a goal, of how important it is to focus your mind consistently on that goal, because there will be no end to distractions. That's just the world we live in. And, it's easy to say one time, oh, I want to accomplish this thing. Oh, I have this dream. Oh, this is what I'm going for. And then, that's real easy. But to then consistently every day take steps towards that goal when there is, again, no shortage of persuasive distractions, which would love nothing more than to pull your focus off your goals. Really learning to mindfully and consistently stay focused on the task at hand and the goals the big goal as well as the next step is very much crucial. And yeah, I can't say that I'm the poster child for focus by any stretch of the imagination. I am very easily distracted. I have my smartphone addictions, like probably a lot of us do. And, it's really easy for me to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to sit down and write today. And then, yeah, I'm going to, hit the gym. And then I'm going to, go practice my stand-up routine, and film myself in my room and practice and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like the phone starts dinging, start scrolling social media. Next thing you know, 2 hours have gone by and your day is spent. So, definitely am, I don't really have any sort of mind-blowing strategies on how to focus other than, he just talks about the necessity of reclaiming your power and training yourself to take back the power and go, what I'm focusing on, I get to choose that. And any other outer influence, I get to choose to neglect that, or I get to choose to cut it out. Whatever that may look like. I know for me, I get so addicted to these little video games on my phone. I'll download, like a kind of Tetris type game or whatever it is. And the next thing I know, it's like a soothing technique. Anytime I'm a little stressed during the day, I just pop open that app, and next thing I know, 20, 30 minutes go by of me, playing a little Tetris game. And so what I have to do all the time is just delete those apps. And I actually just did it again today. It's like, oh, I'm playing these little apps too much. Just delete them. And then next time I have that trigger to where I'm stressed or whatever, and then I start looking at my phone to relieve stress. And then I go to where that app used to be on my phone and it's gone. And then it reminds me, oh yeah, stay focused on whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing right now. And let's try to avoid easily getting distracted by one of a million little video game apps that, you can download on your phone on any given day. And that is the deliberate act of reclaiming one's power to focus. It's just being so intentional and so deliberate. And it's through that focus, it's through that consistent, clear, and deliberate focus that any dream can potentially be realized. And I think it's the lack of focus that will ensure that no dream is realized. Because, if you're not consistently walking towards it every day, and anytime a distraction comes up, anytime an excuse comes up, you're off the path. It can definitely either delay or just completely hinder one's capability to go for your dreams, go for whatever it is that you are wanting to go for in life. So I am all about reclaiming your power to focus, even though I couldn't for the life of me, explain anything close to what the author of the book, Magic Mind, was explaining in neuroscience, brain surgeon, brainiac terminology. But I definitely know what it feels like to be focused, and I definitely know what it feels like to be distracted. And the more focused I get, the better at my craft I become. The more opportunities that come my way, the more confident I am when I do get chances to perform, the more willingness I have to be a little bold, to be, unapologetically, marketing myself. It's like even tonight at the show, I only had 7 minutes, but I waited till the end of the show. I stood by the door with a stack of business cards that have my social media handles, and I talked to everybody, gave them my card so that they could potentially follow me on social media. I mean, stuff like that, just being very intentional and focused on growing a following, growing my brand, putting myself out there. all as a result of just being focused on what it is that I'm pursuing. And, I never used to do that. I mean, that's a pretty recent development to be that, forward in terms of marketing myself. But I figure, hey, these are all people who just saw me do stand-up comedy. So who would have a higher potential to want to potentially follow me on social media, than people who just saw me. And if they didn't like my set or didn't think I was funny, that's fine. They can take my business card and throw it away, right? But I'm still going to reach out and, give people the opportunity. So anyway, stay focused, everybody. Whatever your dreams are, stay focused, eye on the prize, and avoiding those distractions, reclaim that power, and see what incredible things starts to happen in your life. All right, everybody, I am going to call it good for today. This is the Paul Green Comedy Podcast for November 2nd, 2024, episode 311. I love you all so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.